Alright, let's mulligan this on the draw in a new match. Okay, I can keep this one, putting back the Spear of Leonidas. Shrimp Canyon. I think I like the canyons. It's kind of close. Okay, up against Boros again, although we've got kind of a slower draw against a Ragavan. Hammer Discord is going to see 5-0, say hell yeah, it's back, immediately drop Kassandra and wonder why they lose. Yeah. We waited 20 minutes for a 5-second deck tech. Well, I don't... That was just a freebie. I don't know what you want from me. I don't do paid deck techs, but I just, out of the kindness of my heart, looked at one. You know, you could say you waited 20 minutes, or you could say that you watched a trophy match with Kassandra Hammer and it was awesome. It's kind of up to you how you want to think about it. Okay, do I want to play a Stoneforge Mystic here? I think yes is the answer to that question, although we're pretty behind, obviously. I think I gotta get a hammer. Can we swap the Kassandra art? We can look into that, yeah. Is Springleaf flex or mandatory? I think it's good, but you could think of it as a flex spot. The card that I would maybe want to play over it is the 4th Dragonfire Blade. I think Dragonfire Blade's really good. Oh, they hit a Bauble. It's a pretty good hit. So my best draw is Puresteel Paladin. Sigarda's 8 obviously good too. Paladin lets me put the hammer on. There's a red 1 CMC that attaches equipment. When did that make sense as a 1 or 2 of in the shell? That card's worse than Forge Anew. I'm pretty confident. They killed the Stoneforge Mystic, which is interesting. I feel like they should have flipped it Johnny instead. Okay, so we're going to be 1 mana short of equipping the Spear of Leonidas. Always a reader with this card, huh? Do you think fetch lands or Saga is better? How close it is? Fetch lands are definitely better, and honestly, I don't think it's very close. I want to play out the hammer so I can maybe draw 2 with the spear. Also, of course, making a token. I almost want to get in with everything. I think I'm actually going to leave these 2 back instead. Like, fetch lands just are the best cards in Modern. They have been the best cards in Modern for, like, forever. Kassandra just puts the thing into play. It's so crazy. Is Cauldron Complete too slow for this deck is trying to accomplish? Yeah, like, Cori-Steel Cutter, like, put the final nail in the coffin of Cauldron Complete. Like, you just get Steel Cutter. Like, almost, like, even if you think your Stoneforge lives, Steel Cutter is just more powerful than Cauldron Complete, which is crazy. There will be some moments, obviously, where Cauldron would be better, but just not enough, I think. I do think I'm going to take 6. They flipped over a Sigarda's Aid. Probably not too helpful for them. Spyro or Fable. It's Fable, which is, I think, better for me because we don't want them to get the cards this turn. Best draw is Puresteel Paladin. Springleaf Drum. Not a very good draw. Okay, so we want to go double equip. One thing that's kind of interesting is I get to draw an extra card off Kassandra if I equip onto different things here, but... Okay, I want to play this for the prowess and for the possibility of double spelling. I'm going to tap the Kassandra. Don't want to block with it. Then we're going to go double strike, gain 8 life, draw 2 cards. Unless they have a removal spell as their last card. So being able to play another spell for another blocker would be really nice this turn. Playing that would also be really good for the Urza Saga. Although I'm happy enough to draw Forge Anew with Hammer in play. We could die. We'll die if they find Bombardment for sure. We might die if they flip a Johnny in general, but we'll see what happens. They discard a Plains and a Ragavan, 2 fresh cards. Flooded Strand, probably going to main phase Surveil, looking to bin a Flage. It's crazy that Kassandra's not exactly soloing, but just like catched so far back up when like they had Ragavan Guide to Johnny in play. They do have another spell. It's just a Guide of Souls though, which I think we're going to be winning against. What, like, could they hit anything off the Ragavan? Not really. Not main decking Portable Hole. I think we might as well chump. Take 7. We can Forge Anew this hammer. They hit a hammer themselves. I guess they could equip. Guess I get a Dragonfire Blade. With how powerful Kassandra's been, could it slot in the Boros place like Fable? I think maybe. So I'll say that she there's a good chance Kassandra is just a lot better than Seasoned Pyromancer in Boros. Like Spear of Leonidas just has the Seasoned Pyromancer ability to discard 2, draw 2. And you can do that over and over, and you can draw cards with Kassandra. And Kassandra's more aggressive, which is nice. So I think it's possible that Kassandra ends up being good. It's possible that you want to play Kassandra more in like a Steel Cutter Boros build, which is something we've been working on too. That game did not look very winnable, not that many turns ago too. Okay, so I'm going to bring in these 4 cards and then cut... I do think I don't want Forge Anew very much on the draw. Let's try this again. Yeah, that was a pretty fast turnaround. In just straight Boros, it seems not great because you still need to equip it. Yeah, I mean, but if you're like, if it's taking the Seasoned Pyromancer slot, like typically you'll have the extra mana by then. But yeah, I think it could be worth trying. What are the flares for? Wrath of Skies. Wrath of the Skies. Alright, not a matchup you want to mulligan in very much. This hand is not very good. We do have a Portable Hole, which is pretty nice. We have a Sunbaked Canyon. I think I'm going to try this hand, but might be wrong. Immediately like this hand a lot more. Are there any other legendary equipment that's equivalent? Shadowspear is kind of the only one. Caldra's kind of, that's some synergy. I still don't think you should play Caldra. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Shadowspear, Opal, Paladin. Equip the Shadowspear. I don't think I'd probably play an Embercleave over a Cauldron to try it out, but I don't think you really need many more legendary equipments, right? Like what's nice about Kassandra is she draws a lot of cards if she lives, and you still get to keep the spear if she dies. Let's go, dude. And I'll say, like, it's very subtle, but like me having Kassandra and Steel Cutter in my deck, you just get to cast Paladin, which is not something you could do in normal hammer builds. We don't need to play that because our Paladin will live. So we could try to draw a hammer. So draw a card. And then I think... think I double strike. Discarding 2 is good too, but double strike is, it sees 2 cards and also just makes their blocks so miserable here. They are probably going to flip the adjust. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. Do we need... Yeah, Stoneforge Mystic is better than Steel Sheeper's Gift, in my opinion. Just random bodies in your hammer deck are really valuable. There's a Wear Tear on top, which is a pretty good card for them here. Good card to know about, though. Would you ever play Captain America in this deck and paper? I don't remember what that card does, but I'll just think about it when it becomes legal, I guess. I'm telling you, Kassandra is so nuts. Like this, I cannot believe I overlooked this card for so long. Don't be like me. Don't overlook Kassandra. We still get to draw cards because of the Shadowspear too, which is so cool. I think I'm going to prioritize an extra card off the Paladin instead of the Monk token here. Also, another Kassandra or a Forge... I guess I board out Forge Anew. Could get this back from the graveyard, which is funny. So I'm going to play this first, so if they have a discharge... not that they should have a discharge at this point, but... This does let them flip the Ajani. They didn't do it last turn, but... They should flip the Ajani here, but I still think I'm supposed to do this and draw a card and... Ooh... So I don't have to flip the Ajani. Oh, but I don't get to draw the card either. I guess that's okay. I'm going to put them both on the Sentinel here so I can maybe draw another card. Yeah, I really think Hammer is back. I know it's a crazy thing to say. But we're like stomping Boros. Like this is our third Boros. I mean, I shouldn't count this as a win yet. Especially not with this Goblin Bombardment, but we did beat Boros 2 times in a row earlier today. And this is our 3rd time. We did lose to it before that, though. So I guess we're 2-1 against it today. Likely to be 3-1. But we'll see how this Bombardment, if it chews me up and spits me out here, I think we'll probably be okay. So Paladin's down. They could kill my Kassandra by sacking both of their things. Notably, you don't get to draw a card if you hit a Planeswalker with your... Sentinel. I think I say yes to moving that over. We have played against Eldrazi, I think. Maybe that was just yesterday with the Fervent Champion build, although I'll say, of course, playing Hammer and being faster should make you better against Eldrazi overall. So if they chump block the Kassandra, the Ajani still dies. I guess they could go chump block, ping, Ajani lives. Dragonfire Blade's really good. We honestly haven't drawn it that much, but like this functions as your blacksmith skill. Especially when Sigarda's Aid or Forge Anew is in play, you get to like instant speed, use it as protection, while it also is an early artifact for Mox Opal and cantrips with Puresteel Paladin, and just equips to Kassandra and equips to Esper Sentinel. It's just, this card is like much better than Blacksmith skill in this archetype. I don't know if other Hammer players have been playing Dragonfire Blade, and I know Kassandra and Steel Cutter are kind of taking the limelight as far as upgrades go for this archetype, but I think this is also a pretty big deal. Next turn, if I draw another spell, I can go Stoneforge, Steel Cutter into hand, activate Stoneforge to put Steel Cutter into play so that I can still trigger both of them. It does seem like they found the ping line. No sword to consider. I mean, all those swords are pretty bad, unfortunately. So they got 2 cards in their hand, drawing up to 3. They missed a land drop. So I'm not sure what is in their hand. There's a land. Also, yeah, Spear of Leonidas is kind of like your sword, but they just plops into play and is kind of more powerful than a sword. You don't need to hit your opponent with it to get a nice effect. Any possibility Steel Cutter gets banned? Anything's possible. I really hope not. I think Steel Cutter rules. I'm like pretty happy with it existing. It seems like there's enough tools against it. The card is incredibly fun. I hope it doesn't get banned. So I have to block like this so that the Johnny doesn't kill my Kassandra. Since the Johnny is multicolored. So next turn I might go Stoneforge Mystic for another Dragonfire Blade, play Blade, equip Shadowspear. Let's see what we draw. We drew a Dragonfire Blade. Somebody's at the door, but they did that weird... That makes me think they're selling something. Oh, it is a package. I'm going to go grab it. Sorry. It was someone selling me something. That's the wrong target. I guess this only puts them to 1, huh? I'm gonna be at 31 life. That's probably safe enough, right? They also have to chump block. I get another card from the Kassandra too. Maybe I should play Hammer so I could just equip Hammer next turn. Alright, 6 matches in a row won. 3 of them against Boros. He'll keep double Sentinel on the play in the blind. Might get to move a Dragonfire Blade on 1 too. This is Prowess. Double Sentinel's pretty good against Prowess. Dragonfire Blade also good against Prowess. Just Prowess matchup's a big reason to play this deck, although we haven't played against Prowess a lot today. Obviously, could be something else. Esper Sentinel, give me those cards. Give them to me. Juicy, juicy cards. We are so back, Hammer players. We are so back. We are so back. Okay, so I'm interested in these 6 cards. I do think Kassandra is slow in this matchup. I think I want to cut the drum too. Cassandra's very good. I do think she's a cut against Prowess though. Trepanation Blade is for Belcher. It just kills them. Unless they board it in the basic. I wish Steel Cutter was around for the Laris era. Ugh, that would have been pretty sick. I love Steel Cutter. It's like my favorite card added to Modern in a long time. Maybe a little, you might get run over on the draw because we're against Prowess, I think, but you can't mulligan this hand. Reload to see the Eldrazi matchup. Feels like it should be slightly favorable. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like yesterday it felt slightly unfavorable, and now the Hammer plan makes us like significantly faster, so I would absolutely think it's been improved, but I just can't tell you, I guess. Maybe I want to go Sentinel Blade here. The Sentinel Blade seems so strong. I also really want to draw a land. I think I'm going to go ahead and fire out the Bauble too. Why do you think Modern sucks right now? Who said that? I think Modern is I mean, you might be talking to someone else, but in my opinion, Modern is about as good as it ever is, if not close to as good as it's ever been, which is a little bit of a difference. But I'm having like so much fun. Simon with the 24 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Gonna let them play the first spell here. Alright, let's fire off a Dragonfire Blade. We still get to draw a card if they play something into turn. They're not buffing this stuff if they do. We can protect our Puresteel Paladin. There are no black green decks. People are playing Yawgmoth to some success at the moment. Not a lot of success though. So I guess let's go Paladin, Blade, draw a card. I think we might die because they've got the this thing, of course. The lava dart, maybe? Should be. Don't think we're dead to lightning bolts. Maybe they have mutagenic growth. This is 9. Yeah, we're dead to mutagenic growth, but not just this. Winning the game on the backswing will be kind of tough. So if I attack with either of these, and they chump with Swift Spear, they have lethal off the Channeler. So that's a bit awkward. Another Swift Spear is not a lethal card, though. So obviously we need them to have like creatures and or lands. And then we need to draw some stuff. Mainly just this, though. Doesn't exactly feel like they have a lot of instants and sorceries because I lived last turn and then they're drawing a Swift Spear. Wait, why didn't you go for second Steel Cutter? If I tap the Sunbaked Canyon, I die. You're dead on board? You're dead on board! Correct yourself! I don't know, it's not that serious, but... I did not. Oh, you'd be dead on board. I'd like to officially apologize to Roro. I misread the comment, but that's no excuse. I'll do better. I guess I should have played the Steel Cutter first. Okay, probably can't pay 2 life here. Just spread the trample out as much as we can. This should be enough. Tap the canyon. B-Dell with the 2 years. Thank you. Welcome back. Although it came to stream down, you thought about a Puresteel Paladin build with Steel Cutter. Well, this is our second one. The first one was a Fervent Champion build. And we've won our last 7 matches. Which is pretty good for a Kassandra Colossus Hammer deck. I did like the Javier build. Like, we had a good first league with it, but like... This is the Lava Dart Bombardment format. Let's play Hammer instead. So it's kind of borderline. I think if I was in the play, just getting a Cori-Steel Cutter this might be a keep. Let's small again. Amulet's probably your worst matchup. We did lose to it earlier, although in game 2 we killed them turn 2. And that was fun. I would say it's probably the worst matchup. Fervent Leyline Axe feels like a good start. Well, we played that build yesterday, and it did seem worse. Uh-oh. We also lost the die roll last time, too. I think I should lead on Saga. Could be good to lead on the Hammer, too, so I could have Metalcraft. Interesting the turn... Oh, they're copied my Saga with Vesuva, so... I guess that punishes us, and they have another amulet anyways. Probably back game 1 a much better keep against spheres. I mean, we got the spheres. This is our worst matchup. They got Force of Vigors and Besageu's, but I mean sometimes they just fizzle, I guess. Okay, so let's take our time here. So if I go Sigarda's Aid, seems likely I'll do those two things. I'm gonna that's 14, 16. Sorry, no, 13 plus 2. Can I get Springleaf Drum and go Aid Hammer, Opal, Drum, Opal, Stoneforge Hammer? Okay, so we'll get the Drum. I guess I shouldn't have used the... This is technically one less damage, actually. I guess I just still equip here, huh? So I should have left it on this, though, because I need to tap, although... Actually, I could just tap the Stoneforge, so that was wrong, too. Not a hammer expert, I guess. Oh, I also have the Sunbaked Canyon. Ooh. But they just don't have Besageu up, so we should be fine. I guess we can play around main deck Dismember that they would have already cast if they had, so it doesn't really matter. Winning game 1's good. Let's bring in the portable holes this time. Yeah, no, they can't Besageu. I don't know. There's not really anything we lost to there. Oh, so I want to cut the Dragonfire Blades instead. Keeping the Forge Anew. Yeah, Kassandra triggering off Shadowspear has come up a few times. Cassandra's been so good, but she is pretty slow against Titan. Just gotta be like Damping Sphere Hammer them and crossing your fingers. And this is that hand. We also have Welding Jar for Damping Sphere, which is really cool. Maybe we'll die on turn 2. Okay, maybe not. Dude, if we die turn 2, it's like I don't even know if it's possible. Because they kind of need... I guess they'd have to have Force of Vigor, basically. But I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to Welding Jar the portable hole, for whatever that's worth. They did kind of pause, like they might have a Force of Vigor, so maybe I want to not play the Saga out. Although maybe if I play Welding Jar, my opponent would respond to Welding Jar with Force of Vigor on the portable hole. Oh, I would love to die turn 2 here after I portable hold the amulet with Damping Sphere Welding Jar in my hand. It's obviously very unlikely. They have to have like third amulet of Boreal Grazer Titan. I guess that's not that much. Okay, they rumble over Primeval Titan Summoner's Spec T West. You would love to jar the hole in response to Force of Vigor. So that's what I'm thinking is that if I play this jar and my opponent has Force of Vigor, they may force in response. They aren't F6, so I'm gonna not expose the Urza Saga to the portable hole or to the Force of Vigor. Now this is a spot Cauldron would be pretty good, where I have Damping Sphere in play. Funny enough. Never mind. Were you bringing Damping Sphere against Prowess? Definitely not with our build. There may be some deck that would play Damping Sphere and bring it in against Prowess, but certainly not our deck. Our curve is too low. Like, this is the problem with Damping Spheres. Our curve is really low. It hurts us a lot, too. But it is the only like really effective sideboard card we can afford to play. Maybe you could afford to play Maguses or a Saga deck. And it plays more into their sweepers too, but also we want Damping Spheres because Storm is and Belcher are kind of popular. They play Otawara, which is kind of scary since that's their best out to the Damping Sphere because it gets around the Welding Jar. But they are kind of far away from playing it, so maybe they want to go like Bounce Land. So one thing is it's going to be very hard to like double spell ever if I play this other sphere. I want to play the Sigarda's Aid now too so I can trigger it off the Saga for a Shadowspear. And we know our Damping Sphere is going to live because they have the Otawara. We know that they can maybe main phase bounce it, but it's going to be very hard for them to bounce it and then combo off. Wear Tear would also be a powerful option. I mean, that card is just not that good against Titan. Like it's good against it, but it isn't like a 2-mana lock piece that they can't combo off through, which is something that I would like to try to have. So they have a Dismember, which is pretty bad for me. They probably have Beseiju. I agree that a Beseiju is kind of likely. To me, it seems like they're pretty likely to like play a bounce land, float a blue, but then like how do they bounce the Damping Sphere? I don't know. Okay, Crumbling Vestige is kind of interesting. So 1, 2, this is 3, 4. So they can't cast Titan because they don't have double green. But they do have 6 mana. Yeah, I think they thought they had double green. The spawn is green. So instead they green Sun Zenith. And they get a Dryad. They do have an extra land drop. Okay, so do they have 7 mana here? I think they have 7 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, looks like they're still one short of casting the Titan because now their Titan costs 7. This is just so barely stopping it too. They're in this Titan mystery card at the moment. If that was a bounce land instead of Crumbling, we might have been dead. Maybe. I mean, although like this is more mana through the Damping Sphere, isn't it? They cast X equals 4 with 2 land. Okay. Now they Beseiju me, so I'm gonna Welding Jar. We know their last card is just a Titan. So what are we doing here? They are just a top deck land away from casting a Titan and blasting me to death with Valakuts. Don't love that. This now enters tapped because we got Beseju'd, funny enough. It seems like what I need to do is put a hammer on this Saga token, and so I can go Stoneforge Mystic, Shadowspear the Saga token next turn. And I might as well play this. So their hand is Titan Mystery card. Any land lets them cast the Titan. Shout out any land. This should let them Beseiju something this turn too. Could you have Stoneforge for Cutter? Does that seem... to me, that doesn't even seem like close to comparable to this line. I don't know. I don't know like what that line is trying to accomplish even. Okay, so wait, am I just dead? Right, I don't know why I forgot about Hanowar Battlements. If they had Beseiju, I think they would have channeled it before playing that bounce and making 2 mana. Well, they had Beseiju last turn. They had it last turn. But they could have Beseju'd off the Titan is what I was saying. But yeah, this should be... If they have Vesuva still in their deck, this should just be lethal. Classic Glass Cannon Titan. Glass Cannon no interaction Titan. To game 3 we go. Not really anything we could have done different, I think. Not sure, at least. Yeah, the blade is for Belcher. Yeah, the no interaction is a joke, because someone not that long ago called Titan Glass Cannon no interaction deck on this channel. Okay, so I'm going to mold a 5. I do have a mana source, I guess. What would my 5-card keep look like? It would have to be these 3 cards, Damping Sphere, and then a 1-mana artifact, so I can. Yeah, I guess it looks like this. I keep this. I mean, I think you have to keep this on 5. I would probably be able to get it on 6. Okay, Besage You Who Endures. Crack one of the baubles. I think I would have kept Esper hoping for a draw for ammo. I think Needle on Besage You plus Damping Sphere is just like a pretty strong thing to do. I think that's more strong than a Sentinel maybe drawing a card turn 1, or more realistically, they just wait a turn on the amulet. And I'll just immediately concede to a Force of Vigor here. All right, not today. Okay, I guess that's better than another drum almost. Wait a turn, aka time walk them. Well, it's not exactly. Time walking is doing a lot of lifting in this game where we're not doing anything on any of our turns, you know. Okay, they put a Spelunking into their hand there. Okay, not bad draws. They do have the Force of Vigor? Or do they have Dismember, maybe? No, they wouldn't care about this with Dismember. Could you bring in the flares for the Valakites? I don't know. It seems like if they have Titan, Dryad, Valakut going, and you flare, like, you're so likely to just be dead next turn. Okay, so if I can draw Paladin or Sigarda's Aid, we're in really good shape. Oh yeah, so we did see Dismember on the Bauble. So maybe less good shape then. Oh, it's not like Welding Jar protects from Dismember. So they can either give me a card or they can keep Dismember up. The spawn token's also pretty valuable because the Damping Sphere denying their mana. Obviously, I wanted the card, you know. So many good draws. The land lets me potentially Paladin and equip this next turn too. They might just main phase Dismember. They can't Besage You because we've got a Needle on it. So here comes Dismember. Very nice of our opponent to give us another card. There's 3 cards that are mulled to 5. Okay, your turn. Great match. Fun match. 3. Okay, they can cast a Titan here. Now we're second Jar. Jar does not protect from Dismember. You need a creature really badly. The thing is, if I go Steel Cutter because of the Damping Sphere, I can't, like, get in this turn with it. But I guess I could. I can't even. I also can't block because I can't double spell their turn. New Pope from Chicago. I like Chicago. Good luck to the new Pope. Has there ever been an American Pope before? I don't really keep up very much. Do you feel like Hammer loses much range without Inkmoth, or better mana just that more super significant? It's not about the better mana, it's about the better plans. Like, we get to play Kassandra and Steel Cutter, which are just, like, they're also aggressive and they're very grindy. And you get to keep the aggro plan. Is that significant to me, you guys? I'm going to come out as I'm not a Catholic, y'all. I don't keep up very much. I have been to the Vatican, though. It's crazy how much priceless artifacts are over there. My condolences to Donald Trump for not becoming the Pope. Better luck next time. If they chose an American, it's almost just like a slight to him if they were gonna go American here. Okay, so they get to pick up Otawara. They can't channel it this turn because this isn't tapped for blue. Actually, if they pick up Otawara now, I guess they can make blue off another Vestige. Classic 10-minute Titan turn. It's not quite 10 minutes, like 5. Take 6. Let's draw. All right. Tough bowl to 5, tough matchup. Nice to almost win what is almost certainly our worst matchup. Like, they had this like nice rooftop restaurant. You could just sit and you could just be right next to all the bells and stuff. It was really nice. So I was thinking about maybe leading on Shadowspear here so that if I drew Mishra's Bauble on turn 2, I could play turn 2 Kassandra. The thing is, I'd rather just wait on Kassandra till I have Sigarda's Aid in play anyways, so let's just lead on that. Just gonna throw this up till mulligans are done. Gab, thanks for the raid. Coming at a fun time. We just trophied with this deck. We're playing, I guess I'll show the deck. We're playing Cassandra Hammer. With Steel Cutter and Dragonfire Blade. So one, Dragonfire Blade I think has been a lot better than like Blacksmith skill, where you get to use it as like instant speed protection with Sigarda's Aid, draws cards, early card for Mox Opal, put it on Sentinel, is pretty good too. And the Kassandra has been really nuts, so hopefully we could show that off here as well. Like, I hadn't really played Kassandra before yesterday, but she has just been so good. Hand Hider League. So like when I have an opponent who takes like 30 seconds to show up, I like to just put my Hand Hider up for mulligans sometimes, and then I take it out once mulligans are done. So I really want a Kassandra next turn, but I think I should just play Stoneforge Mystic Steel Cutter. Oh, I see. Hey, I think it's pretty good tech. But Steel Cutter's just going to give us a steady stream of creatures here, which is kind of their only chance, I think, against my hand. Or, like, they need to stop me from having this. But yeah, but if they're just going to not kill my Stoneforge Mystic. Also, I guess this is something, too, like, me going for Steel Cutter makes them think I'm not going to hammer Shadowspear them next turn. And then the following turn, we can, like, maybe double strike off the Spear of Leonidas. So I'm down to 13. Gonna be a little bit of a higher life total next turn, I think. I guess I just have lethal. Oh, no, I can't go. I can't go Hammer, Mox Opal, Kassandra because I don't have Metalcraft. It's very close to lethal. But I can go Steel Cutter, Hammer, Mox Opal, Shadowspear. But if we could have double striked the hammered creature there. Although this is pretty close to lethal. Actually, this is 15? 16? 16 damage. Okay. I do think I want to put them to 1 and turn off fetch lands. Seems a bit better than leaving this back to block. Ever wanted to tutor bolt with Stoneforge Chainsaw? Yeah, there's been a couple times I've like thought maybe I would get a chainsaw here. I don't think it's often enough that you should actually put it into your deck. To be honest, I'm just now fully reading Kassandra. I didn't realize she put it on the battlefield. Kind of insane. So a couple other things you might have missed is Kassandra can put, if the spear is in your hand, it can put it into play. Also in your graveyard, that's not going to happen that often. So you don't need to worry about drawing spear that much because it still just puts it into play. You also get to draw a card on legendary equipment, which is not just spear. It's also Shadowspear, the other spear. And if you have no cards in your hand, when you attack and you choose Revelation, you can just draw 2, kind of like Seasoned Pyromancer. These are 3 things that you might have missed. Okay, so I'm going to bring it... Although I will say, I don't think Kassandra is very good against Prowess, and we've been boarding it out in... Like, this match, we've been boarding it out against Titan. Just kind of slow in a matchup where you got to go really, really fast. So this has been the sideboard plan here. He's also just a very good Game 1 card. Yeah, I did recently learn about the hand one. I don't know. For some reason, the way like it was phrased, it is just the same as Seasoned Pyromancer, but it's like this comma for some reason made me think you had to discard the 2 cards. Yeah, I do think Sentinel's pretty good at the moment. Yeah. Close. Better. Let's put back the Sunbaked Canyon. They're also on a mull to 6 right now. I'm not sure how we're going to sequence this, but let's just go ahead and let them take their first turn before we decide. Yeah, I think just drawing a land, I just have to play the Sigarda's Aid. Graveyard a Bauble. Steel Cutters, they have a Bauble if they're going to graveyard a Bauble here. Kind of a slow hand on the draw. We might get run over. Kind of need a top deck. Kind of got a top deck, I guess. I suppose I'm still just playing Saga this turn though, so that I can either go Paladin, Hammer, draw a card next turn, or I can go... Oh, no, I can't go Construct, Opal, Hammer because I don't have Metalcraft until after I cast the Hammer. So I guess we have to go for Paladin, Hammer then. Oh, the 4th Mishra's Bauble. Cool. Yeah, it could get run over. This is 7 damage, putting me down to 11. Presumably, I'm just going to have 1 blocker. Good chance this will have to be settled in game 3. I did keep the full 4 canyons. I don't know what land I would play if I cut a canyon was part of it. But also, I think like your Mox Opal decks are just kind of prone to flooding, and you're an aggro deck, and you have got some life gain. So I feel like I want to keep in all the canyons. But I do think you could cut one. It wouldn't be that big a deal. You'd play probably an Arid Mesa, I guess. I think I'm just dead to Lava Dart. I don't know how I'm beating a Lava Dart here. Total record with this. We 1-2'd our first league, losing one of those matches to Titan, and 1 to Boros. Then we 5-0'd, beating Boros 3 times in that league. And now we're 2-1, losing once to Titan. So that's 8-3. Is that right? 8-3 up a game. Oh, sorry. I mean, we're just dead. We're dead. Better to block this. Okay, game 3 on the play. So obviously this is a keep. Yeah, I'm trying to like see if it's like how good might it be for me to... Oh my gosh. No, I meant to cast Sigarda's Aid. This was... I don't know, some horrific brain fart. I meant to go playing Sigarda's Aid, but I guess I was also thinking about going Urza Saga Hammer to go turn 2 Construct, And this was definitely the worst of both worlds. So, sorry about that. I do think getting the Saga token online is kind of the most important thing. So let's go Sentinel Opal. If they kill the Sentinel in response, that's okay. You can still cast it if you didn't crack Bauble. That's true, yeah. Again, just when I make a misclick like that, it's just so likely I'm gonna make another little mistake. The good news is the deck has really bailed us out and they didn't play a 1-drop, and we're very ahead on board. Okay, it is probably better for me to go Sigarda's a Dragonfire Blade, put that on the Sentinel. If they kill Sentinel, I draw a card. But if they're gonna kill the Sentinel in response, then we just reassess. So they graveyard a Spire Bluff Canal. We draw a card off the dart. It's another copy of Sentinel. Having a Dragonfire Blade Sentinel is so strong here. I think I'm just gonna do this. Also, getting in for just like a little bit of chip damage here is kind of nice, because we're not very far away from just killing them with a single hammer that we're going to get next turn off the Urza Saga. And if they Stone Rain themselves with the dart, that's okay too. Thankfully they didn't. Get another card. Graveyard's a Unholy Heats. At the moment, they're dead on board. I'm sure they know that. Down to 17. They draw 2 cards. So equipping here means I'm winning through a bolt. So I think that's worth doing. Which I think the most likely way we lose is they like kill my monk token and they kill me with Slickshot Show Off on the untap. And so this beats that. They have to have like a shatter, which is not super likely to have. Unholy Heat doesn't kill this construct, but Lava Dart plus Unholy Heat does for whatever that's worth. And we're 3-1 despite that really awkward misclick at the start of this game. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going. At the moment, we're 9-3 with this deck. 2 of those losses being to Titan 2 is also, like, I think kind of notable, since that's just historically such an awful matchup. Tonight, I'm planning on working on the Jeskai Ascendancy Narset deck, trying to figure out, like, how many Urza Sagas do I want? Do I want any Urza Sagas? Do I want to play Repeal? Do I want to play Preordained Iteration? Just try to figure out those numbers. I'm going to keep this. Try to figure out those numbers tonight, and then probably play that in the challenge tomorrow. Oh, maybe I'll play maybe I should just lock this in for tomorrow. I think I might just lock this in. We'll see. So I might do that. I might play this or Jeskai tomorrow in the challenge, and then Saturday is the Moto Creator Showdown event. It's like 6 rounds. It's a 5K cash prizes. Pretty excited. I might play. Although I already submitted my deck, but maybe I would submit this too. Is Hammer Time well positioned? I thought I was kind of stinky. Might be out of date. Well, you're about 3 hours and 30 minutes out of date. But this list dropped this morning. I built it last night, and I am of the opinion, the impression that this combination of Kassandra, I don't know if I'm supposed to play the Saga here. I think I should have enough action that'll be fine too. Of Dragon Blade, Cori-Steel Cutter, Kassandra, Mox Opal, all of these things just make the deck really, really powerful. Like specifically, like look at this draw we're having right now. We don't have a Hammer, we don't have a Sigarda's Aid, we don't have a Paladin, but our draw is still really, really strong and synergistic and aggressive. And so the fact that you have a wider range of keepable hands, you're better on mulligans, you still have those really fast nut draws with Hammer. It's just like exactly how this deck can be built to be good. That makes sense. What time does it start on Saturday? I believe it's 11 a.m. CST. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 11 a.m. CST. So 2 hours after the usual stream start time. They flip a Puresteel Paladin. And then they binding my Cori-Steel Cutter. So we draw a card from the Bauble. They have Territorial Kavu and Ragavan in their hand. Well, let's get this in play. I'm just going to attack with Kassandra, so this can be left back for Ragavan, I guess. They play the Kavu. I draw a Stoneforge Mystic. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Dragonfire Blade and equip just to keep Kassandra hexproof. I don't have a... I could... Yeah, I don't have a great attack, though. I think I'm just kind of Voltroning Kassandra this game, though. Raging Battle Mouse with Cori-Steel Cutter. That discounts your second spell played. I guess that's not a card that's really in my inventory. Why not make a construct? I think this is better, I suppose. Just like having a hexproof Kassandra here, it seems so hard for Domain Zoo to beat. Oh, whoops. Okay, I've added that as the deck command. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Second spell, cast one less. At the beginning of combat, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1. Yeah, it seems a little weak. It's got 1 toughness also. So kind of feel like they might have a stub. I'm going to pad the life total a little bit here. It's an interesting pickup. All right, so we're going to go double strike. And if this connects, meaning they don't chump block, we get to draw 2. Bolts me, okay. Trying to play around stub. They have Ragavan mystery card. I'm dead to Binding Bolt, Tribal Flames, Flage. Wouldn't it be dead to Flage if I didn't play the Hammer though? Using that mana immune dead to Flames. We're dead to Flames anyways. Yeah. I don't think about Flage as much. Okay, we've been Domain Zoo'd. I'm going to bring in the Welding Jar. Then we're cutting the Forge Anew. I don't know about these portable holes. I just hate how they don't hit Leyline or Scion or Leyline Binding. I do think I could just also make my creatures a lot bigger than their stuff. Sanctifier is okay. I think I'm not bringing it in here. It's mostly just for Prowess and Storm and some random graveyard decks. Yeah, I heard there was a new pope. I guess they didn't get my emails. We were dead to flames if they didn't have bolt. That was my point. They were one short. We were dead to flames if they didn't have bolt. That was my point. Or weren't dead to flames if they didn't have bolt, maybe. I'm gonna look at my 7. Then how are we doing this? I think I'm putting back the opal, which is a little bit weird. Sanctifier is good against Guild Pact, yeah. No, it doesn't like well, it doesn't turn like Leyline Binding into a red spell. Oh, it turns it into a red permanent though. Maybe it is good, huh? Also, this turns off their Flage. Yeah, it might be worth bringing in. Oh, also, it's kind of like Dragonfire Blade's kind of awkward, actually. All right, I do think this is probably a make Saga tokens kind of game since I mulligan. So this turn I want to go Steel Cutter, and then next turn go Paladin, Dragonfire Blade, trigger Steel Cutter, maybe draw a card off Paladin. And what's also kind of nice about this too is it's like we maybe are incentivizing them to like either keep up mana or tap out for a creature, which is kind of something you want to do against Domain Zoo on turn 2. I think my opponent has a Leyline Binding. And it's very funny, the Dragonfire Blade, because they have Leyline of the Guild Pact, means their binding is live. Although they may not know that. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and take this opportunity to do this, and if they binding my Paladin, that's like really acceptable anyways. What do you think of Dragonfire Blade with Leyline? There's something there, like we could maybe do some kind of hybridization of these two archetypes. Not doing so bad against double wear tear, I tell you what. So I guess they were thinking about wear tearing the Sigarda's Aid and not the binding, because if they had binding in their hand, they wouldn't have conceded there. Go to game 3. Not too often wear tear, concede against Hammer. A good sign for the deck. All right, let's get this 4-1. Well, I'm not going to mulligan the 7. My opponent has gone to 6. They do have a Leyline. Bleak Oblique with the 12 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Kavu not a Scion. I guess that's good news. I haven't settled on the Narcissus Ascendancy list yet. I'm planning on working on it tonight, and maybe I'll play that in the challenge tomorrow. But I kind of want to play this in the challenge tomorrow now. So we'll see. Kind of cold to wear tear here. Putting discards a bolt. Very cold to wear tear here. But they drew 2 last game, so they should draw 0 this game, right? Just math. Just trying to race here, I think. Is Narset plus Basim too much? Mana's pretty tough, but maybe like with Spire of Industry it could work. Then the Bolt Flames. Graveyard's a Doorkeeper Thrall. People love this card in Zoo. Probably a card I should play more of. They discard a Flage. They can escape it. if they have a land because of the fetch lows. Uh-oh. Well, the Kavu's dead, and so am I guess. Can you share your work in progress Narset list? How about I'll finish it, then I'll share it. Yeah, just playing either of these into the Flage is just so game over. Well, dead to Wrath. It's kind of surprised to see Wrath the Skies, although I probably shouldn't be. I think it'd be Pest Control instead, maybe. Okay, so 125032. I think the deck showed up and looked really good today. I'm gonna think a little bit about the sideboard plans, but I think I'd rather play this in the challenge tonight or tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see like what the Jeskai build ends up looking off stream, and then there's a good chance I just play like the Jeskai build as a league if I end up playing this in the challenge. I know today